Hi there, this is Father Austin. I'm pastor of Christ the King, Cristo Rey in Glen Burnie, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you some updates, some announcements, some goings on here at the parish level in light of this coronavirus quarantine that we're under. First, I want to continue to remind everyone to remember one another in prayer as we go through this really unprecedented time of isolation and fear and uncertainty. Jesus is with us, even though we can't be with one another for the most part. But do please keep one another in prayer and continue to pray that God alleviate this problem and bring healing and peace to our country and to our world. I want to remind everyone that the parish priests are celebrating daily Mass at 8:30 a.m. every day. We are going to be sharing that Mass via our Facebook page, which is Cristo Rey and Glen Burnie. That is a Spanish title for an English/Spanish page. So even if you don't speak Spanish, please go and like Cristo Rey and Glen Burnie. And I am actually working on updating that name to make it reflect the bilingual character of our parish. All of you are encouraged to join us either live or anytime during the day when you're scanning through Facebook. You can join the Mass at any point. And that's a great way to stay connected with the parish as we continue to share and practice our faith in the midst of the virus. I also want to remind everybody that our weekend Mass schedule is going to be altered, obviously. We will not be celebrating any Vigil Mass on Saturday, but we will be celebrating Mass on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. in English, and then again at 10 a.m. in Spanish. That will be, again, live streamed on Facebook, and again, available for you to watch and share with your family and friends throughout the day. Some of our parishioners are organizing phone calls to our elderly shut-in parishioners so that they have the opportunity to have some sort of contact and communication with someone else. They certainly are very much prone to being isolated and feeling lonely and forgotten, and so we want them to know that we are thinking about them and that we are aware of that. And I'm very proud of the parishioners who have offered themselves to make those phone calls. We have over 1,000 people that we could call for this outreach, and so if you are able and willing, we would like you to join us. And so if you want to offer to take a small list of elderly parishioners, give them a phone call, tell them you're calling on behalf of the parish, listen to anything that they have to say, any of their fears, to talk with them, and also to pray with them, simply to share your faith with them. Also, if they have any physical needs, like groceries or even going to the pharmacy to pick up prescriptions, and you are able to do that, and you qualify to be able to do that, that is, you are not exposed to the virus or anything like that, it may, at least at this point, it's still possible for you to maybe make a delivery to their house where you could drop it at their porch where they can pick it up and have those necessities. So again, I'm very proud of those of you who are already doing that, and if you are willing and able and looking for a way to minister even during this difficult time, give our parish office a call, and that would be a great way for you to reach out to them. Fifth, if you're not already part of our Flocknote communication system, I want to encourage you to call the parish office and share your email address with us. Flocknote is a great resource that we have in order to communicate with all of our parishioners at once. It's a very quick way of sharing immediate information. For example, if Masses are canceled, we can send things out very quickly that way. If you have not received a Mass email like that from Flocknote, then you are not in the system. So if you'd like to be part of that system, give us a call at the office, share your email address with us, and we'll be happy to join you into that system. And Flocknote is not only good for this time, but we share many different things through it as need arises. I want you to know that on Saturday, this Saturday, March 21st, we're going to start hearing confessions, really drive-through confessions over at the church. We'll have priests available at the lot by the hall for you to drive up and be able to go to confession. And then also perhaps on the other side, the Oak Avenue side of the church, where you can either walk up or drive through. Again, we want to observe all that social distance that's necessary during this time, but we want to also make sure that the sacrament is available to those of you who would like to make use of it. So on Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., Father Diego and Father Vin and myself are going to be available for the Sacrament of Reconciliation at the church and on the hall parking lot. So those of you who would like to make use of it, make a note and let your friends know, and certainly come and do a drive-through confession. Yeah, folks, that still counts as confession. And finally, I know that many of us are taking a hit financially during this time as a function of reduced work hours or reduced business during this time. And I want you also to know that we are feeling that here at the parish as well. And while I don't want anyone to do anything that would jeopardize their family's health or their stability, I also want to encourage you, if you're used to already setting aside some financial offering to the parish as you do each weekend, that I wish you would continue doing that if you can, and mailing it into the office, or you can drop it by the office or in our mail slot, or you can hold them for a couple weeks and then send them in at once a month, something along those lines, because that ensures that the parish continues to have the cash flow that we need in order to continue to do the various activities that we need to do, even in light of this coronavirus quarantine. Also, if you're able, please consider signing up for our online giving platform, which is Faith Direct. Faith Direct is a wonderful, easy, and safe way for our parishioners to ensure that their offering, their gift to the parish, is a steady gift that is being done on a weekly or monthly basis, and it ensures a regular, reliable cash flow for the parish. So if you are watching us online, you certainly are able to go to Faith Direct online as well to make that arrangement for your financial gift. All of these things are part of our worship and our sacrifice, and the fact that we cannot come to church doesn't alleviate our duty to still worship God, to keep holy the Sabbath, and certainly to make sacrifices. So if you are able, I want to encourage you to do that, and I am doing that myself, so I want you all to know that we're all in solidarity with that, and we are very, very grateful for the financial generosity of our parishioners and those who continue to make our ministry here possible. In this strange time, we have the opportunity to discover many new ways of encountering the Lord with our families and in our prayer life. Know that you're always going to be in my prayers as I celebrate Mass. We're also going to provide through our bulletin, which is available online and will also be available on paper form still. We're going to provide guides or suggestions for ways that you can pray as a family, and they'll be age appropriate, so we'll have activities for children, activities for teenagers, activities for adults, and also activities that involve everyone in the family. So look for those things as they're coming out, because we certainly want to be able to support and develop and enrich our domestic churches, which really is what we're all about here as a parish. So I hope that you are keeping all that stuff in mind. I hope that you are all remaining sane and also grateful for one another's presence, even though we can tend to get on one another's nerves. Father Vin and Father Diego and I, we're cooped up too in the rectory, and that can become a little challenging as well. However, this is an opportunity for us to reflect on God's love for us, certainly of the great gifts that God gives us, many of which we do take for granted, and many of which we cannot have right now, especially the Eucharist. So I know that I'll never, ever take those sacraments for granted again, and I look forward to the time when you and I can be together again at the altar of the Lord, celebrating face-to-face and recognizing the face of Jesus in each and every one of us. So may God bless and keep all of your families, and Viva Cristo Rey.